Permit me to adopt the already established protocol. But I want to thank especially the royal fathers. I want to thank the honorable ministers. I want to thank the National Assembly members. I want to thank in particular my colleagues in the former administration. I want to thank the entire family. Thank you, Baba Bisi Akande, for your warm welcome and for your patience staying all this time. I want to thank, of course, our mother of the day, the former First Lady, Dr. Aisha Buhari, and of course to all the members of the family who are here. I also wish to thank the reviewer in particular, Mr. Segun Adeniyi, for his very thoughtful and insightful reflections on my book. The only problem I have with Mr. Adeniyi is that if I'm from Kwara State and you treated me like this, if I were not from Kwara State, what will you do? I thank you very much for a very good job done. I want to also thank the guest speaker for a very thoughtful presentation. Today marks the first posthumous birthday of former President Muhammad Buhari. While he still with us, he would have been 83 years old today. In his honor, I decided to shift the date for the launch of this book from December 6th, which was my birthday, to December 17th, his birthday. I took that decision when I resumed writing the book after recovering from the shock of his sudden departure from us on July 13, 2025. I began writing the book in June 2025 and never imagined, even for a moment, that President Muhammadu Buhari would not be with us today. But here we are. Following the change, the launch date, I also decided to dedicate an entire chapter, the very first chapter of the book, to pay him a well-deserved tribute. When you read the book, you understand why. Let me also note that this month marks 13 years since General Muhammadu Buhari wrote the foreword to my very first book, Witness to History. Though I was not close to him at that time, I approached him to write the foreword. Not only did he agree, he was also the first dignitary to arrive at the venue of the book launch in Lagos. My new book, Headlines and Soundbites, Media Moments That Defined an Administration, is my personal effort as the longest-serving Minister of Information and Culture in Nigeria's history to document my work across all sectors under the ministry's broad mandate: information, culture, tourism, and national orientation. It is set within the wider context of how these efforts supported and shaped the policies of the Buhari administration and how they were communicated to the Nigerian public. For almost 8 years, I was at the center of government communication, crisis management, national orientation, culture, and tourism. I saw firsthand how decisions were made, how narratives were shaped, and how misinformation often overshadowed facts. This book, therefore, is about correcting misconceptions, providing context, and sharing first-hand accounts that history must never forget. I've always believed that Africans must tell their own stories to avoid distortion. As the saying goes, if you do not tell your story, someone else will, and they will tell it to suit their purpose. My uncommon access to government decision-making over a long stretch of time places a responsibility on me to preserve an accurate record correct long-standing misconceptions, and provide clarity where necessary. It is my hope that this book will serve as a resource for researchers, media professionals, and students of politics, communications, and public relations, among others. Readers of the book will gain rare insights into, among other things, the toughest decisions I took as minister, the most difficult moment of my tenure as minister, a moment when I almost resigned, how we showcased government projects and provided communication materials for the 2023 electoral campaign to counter the opposition's claim that the APC government had nothing to campaign with, how we restored the long-lost glory of the National Theatre, our contribution to stopping PNID from defrauding Nigeria of $9.6 billion, how Nigeria achieved the largest repatriation of stolen artifacts in the world, what we did to counter the opposition's false narrative on the recovery of territories from Boko Haram shortly after we assumed office, how we engaged the Bring Back Our Girls movement, whose members traveled with us to Yola and flew sorties over Sambisa, how our very promising national orientation campaign, Change Begins With Me, was stifled, and very importantly, my honest reflections on the late President Muhammad Buhari. I'll be asked, did you write this book to defend the legacy of President Muhammad Buhari? My answer is simple. As the saying goes, the truth needs no defense. In the last months of the administration, we documented the achievements of the Buhari administration through our groundbreaking scorecard series. We have also created a legacy portal, pmbscorecard.gov.ng, accessible from anywhere in the world, showcasing these achievements. President Muhammadu Buhari did his best under the banner of our party, the All Progressive Congress, and left the rest to posterity, which I'm confident will be kind to him. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who inherited that mandate, is also doing his best under the same APC banner, and we must continue to give him our unfettered support. If there's one key takeaway I hope readers will gain from this book, it is this: the way an administration communicates can define its legacy as much as the policies it implements. Headlines and soundbites often linger in public memory, sometimes more than the actions themselves. Understanding the power, whether as a communicator, policymaker, or citizen, helps us to navigate public life with greater clarity and responsibility. I sincerely hope this book sparks reflection, discussion, and a deeper appreciation of the role of the media in shaping our times. May it encourage all of us to think critically about the stories we tell, the narratives we accept, and the way we engage with the world around us. I cannot end this address without appreciating the support I received over those years from my wife in particular and my children, because they bought the greatest bulk of the attacks on me. Like I said, you read in the book, at a point in time, they were so bullied off and online that they asked me to resign as a minister. What I told them, how I convinced them, the details are in that book. I also want to please appreciate Senator Salih Mustafa. I thought he had gone. Apparently he's still here. Thank you very much. And the members of the book launch, starting from the Galadima, Honorable Sulaiman Adamu, Alhaji Nasiru Dano, Alhaji Yakubu Mohammed, Dr. Garba Abari, Otumba Olusegun Shewe, Pastor Femi Adeshina, Malam Garba Shehu, Mr. C. Babaiko, Mr. Shegun Adeyemi, Alhaji Hassan Grema, Honorable Folajimi Mohammed, Dr. Lekan Fadalapo, Mr. Bayo Omabori Owo, Mr. Bashir Ahmad, Mrs. Aisha Taiwo, Mr. Al-Sheikh Grema, Mr. Williams Adeleye, Mr. Joe Muta, Safari Publishers, Mr. Tunji Oyeyemi, Mr. Oge, Mrs. Oge Modi Funlola, Mr. Nnamdi Atupulazi, Tunde Amadu, Ms. Lovett Onwezi, Ms. Nuwera Tahir, Mr. Olaya Samuel Iyanu, Ms. Ikmat Haruna. And please, before I go, I want to please thank the chairman of the ACF Muslim Forum in particular for always being with me and standing by me, and the entire team of the ACF that that honored this event. But my particular gratitude goes to my former cabinet ministers. You have been fantastic. I did not imagine that you come in numbers. I see somebody like the Foreign Minister of West had come all the way from Yola just to be here. And Emeka had to route his flight. He was supposed to be going for Christmas. He routed his flight from Lagos, from Enugu to Lagos here, all to be with me. I thank you very much, and may Allah honor you as you have honored me. Once again, and of course, I have to thank all the organizers, the operators of the Yaradua Center, especially Lobeth and Tunde, who they were part of the team, and they were fantastic. They were with me night and day. Please, the Navy Band, thank you very much for also adding color to this ceremony. And all the chief launchers, only Allah can reward you, enough. Allah will reward you, Allah will replenish you. In particular, I want to thank Madam Nasiru Danu. I want to thank Alhaji Samad. I want to thank both Mr. Oyefeso and also Dr. Kesentin Adegutu.